and JJ.
Hit it!
It's time for the Frangie Show on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, we welcome you in. Last show of the week. Last show is the last show of the month. Kind of last show of the month, right?
That's right.
How about that? All in one day.
The next time that we are back, we will have a Lane Kiffin decision.
Yes,
and
we will.
we would imagine.
Yeah.
Hard to believe by next Monday at 4 o'clock we don't know.
I don't know that we'll necessarily know the Florida coach if it's not Kiffin.
Yeah.
But you will know the Kiffin destination.
I would expect Florida should have a coach by mid-January.
At the latest.
That's kind of what that's where I would put it.
Frangie, Carline, JJ LaSelva with you. We got a busy. Let me tell you what today is. We're packing everything in. We just got to packing it. We're like pack rats, packing it in today. So because we don't have Thursday and Friday shows, we got all kind of fun stuff. So Greg McGarrity's coming by today at 4:15. Normally he is here, obviously, on Thursdays. Brett Hastings is coming up in about a minute. Normally he's here at 4:15 on Wednesdays. We got our State Farm College football report. We're going to hear from a couple of Jaguar players. We got Kevin Kaplan coming in. We're going to do our picks. I'm going to be out of gas when this. I don't know if I've got all this in me.
We're going up tempo is what we're doing.
Exactly
we're down 28 with
a lot of tempo.
14 to play in the game, and we are going to go fast.
So there's a lot of things we want to talk about today coming up on the program. We are loaded. But as we start with sports and courts, two really interesting topics. Number one, Brian Kelly is saying that LSU's hurting his chance to get a job. He may sue him. And there's a thing about this MOU going around Kiffin to Florida, whether it's true or not. So I said the best way to get to the bottom of that is bring in my buddy Brett Hastings.
Now time for sports and courts. Legal issues in the sports world with Brett Hastings from the Hastings Injury Law Firm. Hit back with Hastings.
All right, Brett is here by phone. Brett, I got a question for you. You ready for Thanksgiving, right? Ready for Thanksgiving?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite holidays. Can't wait.
Okay. You know what? It's a great holiday, no question. And are you ready for about a week from Friday? Are you ready for that too?
Yeah, I am, because I'm exhausted, right? It's been as difficult as it sounds like these couple of hours of radio are going to be for you guys.
Yeah.
You know, like I followed it for a little while, and then I said, you know what? I've got to take my life back. No more Lane Kiffin Twitter looking at.
That's right. So, all right. So let's get right to this. I'm going to get to Lane in a minute, but let me start with the Brian Kelly situation. Brian Kelly is suggesting that LSU's handling of his firing, saying they didn't fire him, then saying they did fire him, all that stuff, he is suggesting because of all that they're hurting his chance to get a job. Can he and will he sue them over that?
You got to remember, he's already sued him. Right?
That's right.
He sued him last week and brought this declaratory judgment action. Depending on how these things play out, he could amend his complaint and file a lawsuit. Now, the things that are really important is there's no rule that says bars a coach from being hired because he's in a lawsuit with his old employer, right? But it doesn't look good for anybody involved. And, you know, a lot of prospective employers are going to say, wait, if they're actually trying to fire him for cause, what was the for cause? Because you got to remember, for cause is something bad, right? So they've got to figure out, is this just LSU posturing, or is there actually something bad? Now, the thing that I think Brian Kelly and his agent Trace Armstrong would say is, this is the most important time, right? These next 2 weeks are the time when everybody's going to hire, fire, everything's going to get figured out. So if he's sort of damaged goods during this time, then he can kind of be left out of all of this. Now, can he sue for the total amount of a contract or something? No, but I think he could sue for damages for being sort of kicked out of all of this for a year. And if, you know, they said or did something in this for cause and then it was proven to not be true, for damage or reputation.
What would Trace Armstrong need in terms of evidence? Would he need to have other school ADs that have reached out to him on behalf of Brian Kelly, or something to the effect of, or maybe Trace Armstrong has reached out to some places that Brian Kelly might want to coach at and been told through communication, hey, you know, until his LSU thing, you know, we like Brian, but, you know, we can't enter into anything with him while the LSU thing's going on. It seems like there'd be a high burden of proof for Trace Armstrong.
Well, you know, I think Trace would be the witness, and Trace would say, hey, look, in the last coaching cycle, right, we had this many offers. Now we have none. LSU would say, hey, it's because you weren't good here, so nobody wanted you, right? Billy Napier doesn't have any offers either, and it's not because of anything that Florida was doing. So I agree with you. That would be tough from those perspectives. Now, if the court were to find that LSU was trying to come up after the fact with some type of basis for cause and it wasn't real, right? That they just fired him because he didn't win enough, not because he did something unseemly, something that was criminal, or something that was bad. I think that's what would end up helping the case out. As I said before, I don't think they're going to end up amending a lawsuit and trying to sue them for this. At the end of the day, they're going to pay him his money. We're going to see this all go away. And I don't think they have a good faith basis for cause. And, the best evidence of that was their actual statement that they released at the time that they said he was going to end up being terminated.
All right, let me change gears with you real quick. So on this Florida thing, I think most of the media narrative, no one's writing it, but I think the belief is that Lane Kiffin is going to LSU and that Florida has turned its attention to a defensive guy. We talked a lot about John Summerall yesterday. Maybe it's him, Clark Lee, whoever. And we'll get to that. Hayes and I'll talk about that later. But I will say the booster base, some of them, keep suggesting there's this MOU, which I suppose is a memorandum of understanding that Kiffin has signed. I have no idea if it's true or not. But is there such a thing, Brett, that could be binding if that actually existed?
Theoretically, it could be. Memorandums of understanding, if they are simply an agreement to agree in the future, generally aren't enforceable.
Okay.
For the MOU to be enforceable, there's got to be a binding component to the MOU, okay? MOUs can have lots of different language in them. They can be structured in many different ways. So you really have to look at the actual memorandum of understanding and see what it says. There'd have to be clear language that there was an intent to be bound. There'd have to be, it'd have to be definite. There'd probably a lot of times be conditions precedent. And, those are the things. That's something that happens before the fact, So if you say these would be the price and terms if we agree, but if, if it was saying, essentially so-and-so, if he chooses to take it, these will be the terms, or a decision has to be made by blank date, then it's really nothing more than an offer, right?
Yeah, and that's what it certainly sounds like. I'm curious about this from a Jimmy Sexton standpoint with Lane Kiffin. If it's LSU for Lane Kiffin, what does Jimmy Sexton have to do anything extraordinary over the reaches of what his normal work would be with LSU being so defiant with the Brian Kelly contract?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You never really see it, right? Because you don't want to say somebody's going to get paid if they do something bad. I don't know. I hadn't researched this to see it, but maybe you'd go and say, well, you know what? We want guaranteed money, whether it's for a cause or not for a cause.
Right. Yeah. That's a great point.
I mean, it would seem like you would really have to box LSU in legally with the language in the contract because of their behavior.
Yeah, given what they just did.
Right.
Yes.
Right. The reality is that just looking from the outside in, if you thought they were close to being the same job, why would you ever choose, LSU, when you do have that type of chaos? We talk about, Brian Kelly's, unhireable. Well, who wants to be hired by the regime that has these issues going on the other side? So I do think that there will be changes in the contract. We all know Jimmy Sexton isn't afraid to ask for money or for conditions. And I think that's a large part of what's probably continuing to go on in any negotiations.
All right, but you did tell me something I didn't know, and that is the MOU. There is such a thing, but it's not necessarily binding unless it has a binding component to it, which is interesting stuff. So fair enough. Great work as always, Brett. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. The toy drive is right around the corner. I know we're all excited about that. You are as well, are you not?
Absolutely. As you know, the best day of the year, and it'll be here, on December 5th. I had a couple of people ask us why so early. That's so that we can get the toys to big brothers, big sisters, so that they can have their shopping party. So come out. It's going to be a great way to start the holiday.
December 5th at the Ale House, and we do it at the Ale House right there at Beach and Hodges, because there's a Walmart and a Target right next door to each. There's both are there, and you can buy. We want an unwrapped toy, and it may be the only toy these kids get. So please do it. Can't wait to do it. Brett, great work, man. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Same to you.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Greg McGarity joins us. The Gator Bowl College Football Report is next, so stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
He's our big hitter.
I'm Jaguars Today's middle linebacker, Tom McManus.
He tackles Jags talk from a middle linebacker's point of view. Fridays on 1010XL. Protected by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This is Hayes Carline for Atlantic Infiniti. The year-end sales event is going on now at Atlantic Infiniti. Get 0% interest on select new Infiniti models and special lease offers on the stunning QX60. Luxury, performance, and style all in one drive. All new vehicles come with the Atlantic Infiniti Promise. That's almost $7,000 in added value just for buying smarter. Visit AtlanticInfiniti.com or go test drive at Atlantic Infiniti off Atlantic near St. John's Bluff.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hey, Jags fans. Tommy Mack here. Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Jacksonville Jaguars. This season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with Crown Royal Rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with generous spirit. Visit crownroyal.com/Royal Rig on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On November 26, 1996, the MLB owners vote to approve interleague play for the first time in the regular season.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryant, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to itppartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Mike Dempsey for Apex Roofing and Contracting of Jacksonville Beach. If your roof's got any damage, if it leaks, if it's just old and ugly, call my friends at Apex Roofing. But Mike, roofs are so expensive. It's true, quality roofing is not cheap, but Apex Roofing has up to 100% financing available, so you don't have to compromise quality for budget. Apex Roofing, no shortcuts, no stress, just quality work with financing available. Reach for the peak with Apex Roofing and Contracting in Jacksonville Beach. ApexRoofingFL.com.
Did you know that an annual coating inspection can extend the life of your building by years? Catching early signs like hairline cracks, fading, and moisture intrusion helps prevent costly repairs down the road and keeps your property looking its best. Our team at Performance Painting helps you stay ahead of maintenance with professional inspections and long-lasting coating solutions. Protect your building, protect your budget. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a free inspection. Performance Painting, repair, protect, preserve.
Performance Painting!
The experts at AMCO have been fixing cars for almost 60 years. Over that time, they've gotten more complex than ever. That's why our techs undergo rigorous training and certifications, so they can fix anything, including the most complicated repairs that come with some of the latest technologies. After 60 years, there's nothing we haven't seen or fixed. It's how we know cars inside and out.
Money tight? We can finance almost anybody. Find the AMCO transmissions nearest you at amcojacksonville.com.
What defines a hero? Dedication, loyalty, courage. Every day at AMCO, we serve heroes. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. From complex transmissions to simple brake jobs with flexible financing and the extra safety precautions we need. The heroes we serve don't all wear uniforms. They're people like you. At AMCO, we're proud to serve all of you. AA MCO.
Family owned and operated in Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, and St. Mary's, Georgia.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
The College Football Report is presented each week by the Gator Bowl with Executive Director Greg McGarity. Here's Greg with the Frangie Show crew.
All right, we are putting a lot of things in play. We had Brett Hastings by phone. He was on the Checkmate Coatings hotline. Now Greg McGarity is in studio with us. How are you?
Doing great.
Ready for Thanksgiving?
Ready to go eat.
No. Do you cook the turkey? You baste it? Are you a turkey guy?
My wife is the expert cook.
She does everything.
Inside. I'm the outside guy, but tomorrow's an inside.
So you stay out of the way.
It's
an inside day.
We're in a dome tomorrow.
I clean dishes.
Okay, there you go. So big crowd. They all come to.
Everybody comes to our house.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
That's awesome. Family coming there.
There you go. That'll be awesome. All right, how are we doing? Do we have a game? What are we doing? What games matter?
Well, a lot didn't change last week other than Pitt beating Georgia Tech, which puts Georgia Tech at risk.
Yeah.
For not being in the college football playoffs. So they're now in our pool, along with Virginia, Miami, Pitt. If Pitt beats Miami this weekend, it kind of moves Pitt ahead of Miami in the ACC stature. SMU's in play. So I think, between Georgia Tech, Miami, SMU, Pitt, Virginia, that pretty much looks like one of those teams will fill. And then on the SEC side, you've got Vandy, Tennessee. It's a big game for those two this weekend, and also Texas against Texas A&M, but also LSU and Missouri. So 5 teams are in play now, unless one of the teams drop out of the college football playoff and drop down to our game.
Yeah.
So that could happen to where if Alabama loses, they could drop in and they could not go back to the Citrus Bowl. So I mean, there's some possibilities there, just depending on the wins or losses this weekend.
Tennessee, Miami, still a potential matchup?
Yeah, I think so. Miami's appealing. Georgia Tech's appealing. I mean, those would probably be the top 2 for drivability. They're about the same distance from Jacksonville. And then, obviously, your 2 Tennessee squads. Tennessee and Vanderbilt are appealing as far as that. Texas would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to wait and see how things turn out.
Texas, Miami would be okay. I told Hayes, I covered that game in 90. When Miami beat the dog out in Miami, 46-3, I think. Remember when Randall Hill ran up the?
Yeah, I think that's the game they said on the 30 for 30 on the Canes that they had like 200-something yards in penalties, and they still won by 40.
I think it was like 46-3. It was something. It was something like that. The score was something like that. So, all right. So you're hoping. Obviously, you're hoping. And I've been telling JJ's a big Miami fan, but I've been saying Miami's really good. Miami should be in the playoff. Long as they beat Pitt. I don't know if they're going to be in the playoff, but they should be in the playoff.
They're good enough to be in the playoff.
They're one of the 12. They're one of the 12 best. But is there a chance it's only one ACC team? That's what it's going to look like, because they're not going to win the title because they're not going to be in the game.
Yeah, well, Notre Dame, I don't see them being knocked out because they've got them ahead of Alabama now.
Yeah.
So I think them going up, they count as an ACC team. But, yeah, I think the ACC champion will be the only other ACC team.
So Miami won't be in it?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
If you were on the committee and let's say Lane Kiffin takes the LSU job and immediately starts working in Baton Rouge, what would be your opinion on affecting Ole Miss's seeding?
Well, I think as Hunter said last night, they would not have any type of evaluation of how Ole Miss would play without him. I think they had that with Jordan Travis. They had 2 games, I guess, a sample there to see, but
the Florida game.
I don't think it would. I don't think it would affect things.
Yeah, interesting. By the way, it does look like it's trending to what you said. That if he takes one of these jobs, and it's now looking like the LSU job from what everybody says. Wow. If he takes one of these jobs, they don't want him to coach.
I would agree.
You said that You've said that from day one.
Yeah, I just I just don't see any way you could do that because you've got everybody has to move forward.
Right.
I mean, what is done is done. Yeah, close that chapter. You have to move forward, and you want people that are pulling the rope in your direction.
Yeah.
What do you make of Clark Lee, what he's done at Vanderbilt, and do you think he's ready for a bigger job?
No, I think he's spent so much time in equity building it up and being a letterman. I think that matters to these guys that are coaching at their alma mater. I mean, it would have to be a toxic environment at their current institution, I think, to drag them away. Now, I may be wrong, but I mean, Vanderbilt, even though they've really turned on the Jets here lately, I don't think they have any financial restrictions. We all know the wealth of Vandy and their endowments, and I don't think they're going to let him walk for another job. But, I mean, they've got great alignment there, got a great AD at Vandy, and he's making something special there, and I just don't think you put all that sweat equity into bringing it to this point and then walk away.
What are your given that, what are your expectations for the Florida job? What do you think?
Well, gosh,
who do you think?
That is the great question. I'm not sure. Drinkwitz, who I'm not sure would have been a viable candidate anyway. I think Missouri is going to do everything they can to do to keep him. Frank, I don't know. I hadn't spent a lot of time thinking about it.
Yeah.
But, that's the question. I mean, what's your plan B and plan C? And if you hadn't dedicated a lot of time on plan B or plan C, there's some very anxious moments there.
If it's not Kiffin, and let's say, because I'll give you the names I've heard, if it's John Sumrall or Clark Lee or Jed Fish, what would you think about those three?
Every hire is a risk, and you really don't know until year 3 or 4 because you look at the previous coaches at the University of Florida. Will's the first 2 years, and I think any sample size other than Billy have been very productive and very, very successful.
Yeah.
It's at year 3, but
good point.
That's when you were able to recruit, and there were no transfer portals, and it's a totally different world now where, you have a better chance of succeeding very quickly now. So, that's just, you got to go with that gut feeling and hiring the best person you feel is right for the job. And then you don't necessarily need to win the press conference. You just need to be, in 48 months being able to stand up and say, well, this either worked or look at the risk we took and the reward was well-being.
Greg, does it feel like to you, and of course it's our job, we talk about it every day, but does it feel like to you the coaching carousel's crazier than ever? And maybe it's because of the Kiffin stuff. Maybe because, you know what I mean? Because so Kiffin was, but he's such a big domino that everything happens afterwards. But it seemed I mean, Florida, LSU, Auburn,
Penn
State all have jobs.
The time, not as much as the churn at the end of the year, but the churn during the year is what screwed everything up because you never really saw that. Very rarely did you see coaching changes made during the season. And maybe not at high-profile schools, but you see that many in the blue bloods or the prominent teams to make that many changes that quick. It just sent shockwaves, I think, among college football. And, it's just hard to get ahead of things because the people that you want to hire are coaching.
Yeah.
Did you ever hire a search firm when you were AD?
With Kirby's hire, basically to work on Plan B.
Okay.
And so Bill Carr,
Bill
Carr was who we retained because I knew Bill from my time at Florida. Knew he could be very confidential and fly way below the radar. So Bill and I met and spent a lot of time on if Kirby did not work out, who was next in line. So we had things lined up to where if for some reason Kirby didn't do it, we were ready to move to our other candidates and had already done a little legwork there and had conversations about if this happened, would you be interested in talking and things of that level. So we could have moved pretty quickly working on Plan B because Plan A is easy. It works.
All right, final question. So this weekend, what games will have your attention? I mean, it's a great weekend for college football. What will have your attention the most?
Well, every in-state rivalry, especially Auburn, Alabama, Texas A&M, Texas, Georgia Tech, and even Louisville to a certain level because Kentucky needs to beat Louisville to be bowl eligible.
Yeah, right.
You've got 2 SEC teams, or really 3. You've got Mississippi State who could become bowl eligible.
Yeah.
You've got mentioned Kentucky and also Auburn. And I think the most intriguing game is going to be that Saturday night Iron Bowl game. Is it Friday? It says
Saturday night.
Saturday night, Iron Bowl. That's going to be.
I mean, as far as
it's going to be fun
as far as college football, you've got You've got the Egg Bowl, which will be the most watched Egg Bowl ever.
First game
at
leading
noon.
off at 12 noon Friday.
And that'll be watched by everybody. Yeah. Georgia Tech's Friday right after.
3:30. Yeah.
Texas A&M's Friday. So those three are Friday. Then you come right back with Saturday. Florida FSU should do a big number, like a 0.2 rating, I would imagine. Okay, but then you got the Iron Bowl that night.
Ohio State at noon. Ohio State, Michigan at noon.
Yeah, so it's been a great weekend. So, all right, well, have a great Thanksgiving. We appreciate it. Good luck with your game. Hopefully by next week we'll have a little more clarity.
We sure will.
We'll do it next week. Great, thanks, buddy. Greg McGarity, yes, the Gator Bowl College Football Report. We'll talk some Jaguars football after this.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Jacksonville, the holidays are right around the corner, and Nimnicht Buick GMC is kicking off the season with prices that are better than ever. Are you looking for a dealership that actually makes car buying easy? Well, let me tell you why Nimnicht Buick GMC is the place to shop. At Nimnicht, you'll find unbeatable holiday savings, a huge selection of Buicks and GMCs, plus flexible financing that fits your budget. Whether you're looking for a new SUV, a work-ready truck, or certified pre-owned, they've got you covered, backed by trusted service and transparent deals. Plus, the biggest sale of the year is coming. Nimnicht's bigger than ever Black Friday event. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. So don't wait. Start your shopping early at NimnichtBuickGMC.com or visit their showroom right off of Phillips Highway today. You want a great product? You want to head to Nimnicht. You want people to treat you right? You want Nimnicht. Who does it better than anybody? Nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht. We are professional grade GMC.
Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. John's County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily's Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daily's Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
Do you have numbness and tingling in your fingers, or wake up at night and have to shake your hand? Hi, I'm Dr. George Bari, and at Bari Orthopedics, we have a myriad of treatments that can possibly help you. If you have numbness and tingling, you may have carpal tunnel. You have cortisone injections, PRP injections, and shockwave therapy that may help treat the numbness and tingling that you have. We also treat it surgically with endoscopic carpal tunnel release, a 2-centimeter incision that will release the nerve and have you back at work and doing what you want to do in life in no time. If you have numbness and tingling in your hand, give us a call at Bari Orthopedics or log on at bariorthopedics.com.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Are you ready to upgrade your windows or patio doors? It's the Black Friday sales event going on now at Renewal by Andersen. Buy now and pay nothing until 2027. That's no money down, no payments, and no interest for 2 years. This offer expires November 30th. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Your home deserves more than just another coat of paint. It deserves quality that lasts. At First Coast Paint, you'll find premium Benjamin Moore products, trusted advice, and the local experts who help you get it right the first time. Whether it's your living room, your porch, or your whole house, First Coast Paint brings your paint project to life. Stores in St. John's and St. Augustine. One name Jacksonville trusts. Mention 1010XL for 10% off. First Coast Paint. Simply superior paint.
The Edwin Watts Golf Hour will meet you at the green.
Blue skies, fresh cut grass, birds chirping.
The Edwin Watts Golf Hour.
Grip it and rip it.
Get tips, tour notes, and the latest gear Saturday mornings at 10 on 1010XL. 1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Back to to a Coyle & Sons Wednesday. Since 1927, they've been around the block and probably fenced it, too.
Now, we appreciate our friends from Coyle & Sons. Always a Coyle & Sons Wednesday around here. Guys, they've done so much at our Reagan Baseball Complex, but they do stuff everywhere, whether it's residential or commercial fencing. Nobody does a better job. Bathroom partitions, overhead doors are great at the overhead doors world. If you need them, there you got them. Call them at 904-356-4821 or go to CoyleJacks.com. Jags play the rival. We haven't been in Nashville all year.
Yeah.
They're 1-10. They have a good defensive front. They're probably better defensively than people realize. They're not very good on offense. I heard today that the rain should blow through before kickoff.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so we don't know, but I mean, the latest report is it's going to be cold.
So it may just be cold.
It may be cold, but it looks like the rain will blow through. But Jags ought to win that game. I feel more confident in that one than I did last week, to be honest with you.
I would say so. I mean, all the data would certainly support the Jaguars should win the game, and so hopefully they will. And it's I think it's been big. Devin Lloyd has been back from injury now, a couple games. He looked great last week. Brenton Strange returned from injury last week. 5 catches in his return. So a couple key guys back in the lineup on both sides of the ball that I think will be key to getting a victory Sunday.
Well, let's hear from those guys. We'll start with Devin Lloyd, one of the NFL leaders in interceptions. What a good start his season's been off to. Hayes caught up with him earlier today.
Now, Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors takes you in the locker room.
We're pleased to be joined with Jaguars linebacker Devin Lloyd here on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Man, it's great to see you. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Doing blessed. How you doing?
Doing great. Thanks. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Likewise. Appreciate it.
What's your favorite part of the Thanksgiving meal? Anything you're looking forward to having?
Oh, I love dressing.
Okay.
Dressing, candy yams, and the apple pie, obviously.
Yeah. Nice. Very good. In terms of cause for cleats, what will you be representing, Devin?
Yeah, the Wonder Warriors Project.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
Why is that so meaningful to you?
Oh, I mean, obviously I did some work with them in the offseason. I've represented them before, just, everything they stand for as far as helping out veterans and creating community for them. I think that's great. So, it's something I want to represent.
Fantastic. Coming off a great game against Arizona, getting a big overtime win. A lot of pressures in that game. What stood out to you, Devin, from your performance when you went back and watched it?
Yeah, I mean, did some good things. I'm just always, trying to clean up all the little plays that, you want back. That's kind of just where my head's at as far as just cleaning up the things that, you could have done better at. But it was a good win overall. I thought defense played well for the most part, so we'll take it.
Are you happy with getting the rust and back from injury? Are you happy with the state of your game now?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to go out and be healthy. That's the biggest thing, so you can go out and play with the right strain and effort. And so for me, like I said, it's just cleaning up all the little things, super critical in my game, but definitely did some good stuff as well.
Tennessee has been struggling on the year, but the last few weeks they've played the Chargers, Texans, and Seahawks very close. Are you seeing progress from the Titans when you watch them on film?
Yeah, definitely a lot of progress. Specifically, from the quarterback playing a lot better than he was. Rookie, you got to learn some things early on. He's getting better. You got some good skill players around him. So, they're definitely improving as a team. And it's not a game that, you take lightly. It's a division game against, a solid team that's obviously the record doesn't show the type of talent that they have.
What's it like playing in Nashville from your experience?
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like really most road games. But, yeah, I mean, it just is what it is. It's one of those things you just go take care of business, handle business, and then come home.
How do you prepare? Obviously, this will be the first potentially cold, kind of rainy game that you guys have had, and certainly more could be coming. But what do you do individually? Is there anything extra that you do to get ready for a game that's going to be in elements?
No, I love these type games. This is all like mental toughness. These are those type games where, okay, you can see who can really who's going to let the elements affect your game, versus who's going to be mentally tough and rise to the challenge. And I don't even think it's going to be that cold. It says it's going to be in the 40s. I guess we're spoiled out here, but, I went to Utah, and I know a lot of guys went to colleges that get a lot colder. So this will be a good test for our team.
You guys are leading the NFL in run defense. In your opinion, Devin, what's been some of the keys in being the best in the league at stopping the ground game?
Yeah, I mean, it starts, with Coach Camp. He preaches that. That was just the expectation, and they want us to be a lot better than we have been. We got a really good front seven with players all across the board that can win their one-on-ones, get off blocks, and make plays. And that's really what it comes down to. Guys being in the right spot and getting off blocks and make plays, and we got that.
We've talked about your relationship with Foye and how much you enjoy playing with him, but what's it been like getting to know Dennis Gardeck, and what's he brought to the defense?
Yeah, Dennis is he's just so versatile. He's obviously a smart player, veteran guy. So he's just a good football mind, and then just as far as his effort, he's just got a motor. He always keeps going. So it's a great thing to have, great player, and we're glad we have him.
Sounds great. Devin Lloyd, happy Thanksgiving. Best of luck to you on Sunday.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate Devin Lloyd's time. Again, he still is now fourth in the league in interceptions, tied for fourth. There's 3 guys that have 5. So then Devin Lloyd is in a trio of guys that have 4. So if Cam Ward can throw it to Devin Lloyd be back atop the NFL in interception, which is pretty good when you're a linebacker.
You talked about a defensive guy that is coming into his own or back on the field. Boy, oh boy, does Brenton Strange make him better. He is one of the reasons they didn't need to keep Evan Ingram was Brenton Strange was their leading receiver when he got hurt. Down for 4 weeks, but boy, it's good to have him back. Leading receiver last week in the first game he came back. Hayes caught up with the Jaguar tight end as well.
Now, Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors takes you in the locker room.
We're pleased to be joined with Jaguars tight end Brenton Strange here on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Man, it's great to see you. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great. You excited for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, it's always a good time to have a family holiday and just get around people you love and spend some good quality time.
What do you most look forward about the meal?
The yams and the baked mac and cheese mixed together, though. You got to have them mixed together, and then I go crazy every single time. It's my favorite.
That sounds good. I'll have to try that. Yeah. Let's talk about Cause for Cleats. Brenton, what are you representing on Sunday?
I'm doing a foundation here with financial literacy in Florida, and just looking forward to, continue to spread awareness. I know, like, me growing up, I didn't really have much opportunity to learn about it. I kind of learned from a lot of mistakes, so that was my way of learning. But I just think it's important for the youth to understand financial literacy, how to use money, what to do with it, what not to do with it.
That's a great cause because it's not taught enough in schools.
Right. Yep, exactly that.
In terms of your return last week, obviously a fantastic performance, 5 targets, 5 catches, and did some great things blocking. How'd you feel like it went, Brenton?
I felt pretty good out there. It was good to be able to get back out there and just play with my teammates, man. God is good. Been a long 6 weeks, and, it was just kind of like a weight lifted off my shoulders just to get back out there doing what I love.
What was the kind of rehab process like? How rigorous was it?
It got to a point where I was really tired of it, honestly. I love those guys in there, and they had a plan from the very beginning, and just put all my faith and all my trust into them like I always do, and I'm just very appreciative of them and helping get me back right.
What was it like celebrating that overtime win in Glendale, Arizona with your teammates?
Man, it felt good, get some extra overtime on my first day back on the job, so it felt really good just to always get the win. So I'm thankful and I'm blessed just to be a part of this team.
Were you happy with how your body recovered after your first game back?
Yeah, most definitely. And it's still a process throughout the week. You got things that you do throughout the week that get ready for Sunday. So just continuing to do that process and just stay steady, man.
What stands out about the Titans when you look at how they defend the run? We'll start there.
I think what stands out to me, not schematically, just every time we play the Titans, it's always a tough game. Like, we know what we're getting into. I think Coach had already told y'all that it's going to be a dogfight, and it is going to be a dogfight for sure. I mean, we play them twice a year, and just looking to go out there and put my best foot forward.
You guys are obviously playing some outstanding football as a team, have a chance to, really push forward in this playoff race. How exciting is it to have these opportunities and have these games that mean so much?
Yeah, I mean, it's very exciting. We're in this position my rookie year, but I just think it's important to just stay grounded, stay where your feet are, and just take it one day at a time. We take it one day at a time, and we do the right things each and every day. We'll like where we're at come playoff time.
You've always been Parker Washington's biggest fan in Jacksonville. What's it been like seeing him return these punts and become such a valuable weapon as a receiver?
It's nothing new, man. I've been seeing it for the past 6 years. The dude's an incredible talent. He continues to display what he does every single week, and he's special, man. From the very beginning, I remember my first day of rookie minicamp, and y'all asked me about him, and I told y'all, I was like, oh, we're just going to push each other, and we're going to become the best versions of ourselves every single day for this organization, and we've done that, and we want to continue to do that, and we want to be reliable playmakers for this organization.
Brenton Strange, thanks so much for your time. Happy Thanksgiving, and best luck on Sunday.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I would expect Brenton Strange to be a massive part of the game plan on Sunday.
And every other game is exactly right. Well done on both those interviews. Jaguars and Titans. I think the Jags are going to beat them. Got to run the football. The Jags are great running, and the Titans have a great front. The strength of the whole team is their front. I mean, Jeffrey Simmons is almost Aaron Donald. I mean, he is a great player, and he's playing at a great level. I mean, he really is. But they're so bad on offense, and they're so bad in some other areas. Jags should be okay. We'll take a break. Headlines are next. Stay with us.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Your place for local sports play-by-play is 1010XL.
It's a double dose of Black Friday high school playoff football. Bishop Kenny at Reigns at 6:30 on 92.5 FM. Pensacola Catholic at Bowles at 7 on 1010 AM.
Frank Frangie here. These days, it's hard to know which companies to trust. But when it comes to banking, I trust South State Bank. South State truly values its customers, and they work hard to create meaningful, lasting relationships. I love going into my local branch. I see the same smiling faces I've seen for years. South State is the largest bank headquartered in Florida, so they're able to offer all the banking services you need. You can trust South State Bank. Banking forward. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jax Beach.
This holiday season, let Bono's Catering do the cooking so you can enjoy more time with family and friends. Frank Frangie here. Bono's has been serving Jacksonville's best barbecue for 75 years. Holiday catering's available with full smoked turkeys, country hams, and all the fixings. Be sure to order online at bonosbarbecue.com or call 904-332-7427. Plus, you could give the gift of Bono's Barbecue. Buy a $25 gift card and get an additional $5 gift card in-store or online. Remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
What does Johnny O know best? O knows Jacksonville football.
Okay, say, oh my.
Wednesdays from 10 to noon on Jaguars Today. Served by Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree draft on 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here for my friend and insurance agent Craig Dewhurst. Craig has been helping families on the First Coast with their insurance needs for 25 years as your good neighbor and local State Farm agent. Now's a great time to review your insurance policies, whether you need auto, homeowners, or renter's insurance, or insurance for your golf cart, boat, or jet skis. Craig handles all of my family's insurance needs, and even better, he gives back to the community. Call Craig today at 904-940-9740. That's 904-940-9740.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to floridahomeac.com/careers to find out more.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, you have told us about buying better quality diamonds, but is there any way to start with a smaller diamond and use it to trade up to a larger diamond later on?
Frank, it's interesting you'd ask that because our founder, H.F. Underwood, popularized growing your diamond here in Jacksonville about 50 years ago, and it's something we still do today. When a customer buys an Underwood engagement ring or solitaire diamond pendant or a pair of ear studs, we guarantee they get the price they paid for it on the purchase of any larger diamond. Now, a lot of stores would say, big deal. We do that too, but here's the Underwood difference. We guarantee you get what you paid when you trade in your Underwood diamond, even if you're trading up by only $1. It's not that you have to trade up 2 for 1 like most jewelers ask. There have been literally thousands of people in the Jacksonville area who have taken advantage of our policy, and Underwood still grows a lot of diamonds for a lot of people.
Underwood, serving excellence since 1928. In San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Waiting around for Black Friday? At Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi, we've already dropped Black Friday prices. That's right, thousands of vehicles priced to move now. Get zero down, no payments for 90 days, plus peace of mind with a lifetime warranty. Don't wait for the crowds. Get your Black Friday deal today. Start saving early with Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi, where Black Friday starts right now. That'll wow you.
Hey, poker fans, catch all the action at Best Bet. There's over $825,000 paid out this month in tournaments and promotions, from table game giveaways on select Fridays and Saturdays to the popular High Hams promotion Monday through Thursday. November kicks off with the World Poker Tour with over $1.5 million in guarantees and wraps up with the 13th annual Turkey Bowl Deep Stack and the St. Augustine Championship. For all the details, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Gather round. It's Hayes' Headlines, presented by Harrell and Harrell. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Hear all about it. Here's Hayes Carline.
Welcome back to the Frangie Show. Frank Frangie is here, as is JJ LaSelva. I am Hayes Carline. Thank you to our friends at Harrell and Harrell. Give them a call at 251-1111. Frank, let's
Holt
start.
Harrell told me he wants you to bring the heat on this.
He did?
These headlines.
I
I'm
can't
serious.
do that.
Well, then we got a problem.
He's up in the mountains.
Is
so,
he?
Yeah, he's got his Thanksgiving already started. Yeah, so hope the Heralds have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Let's start with Jaguars at Titans. You think Trevor Lawrence lights up Tennessee? I mean, you look at the Titans against opposing quarterbacks this season.
Yeah.
They're allowing 69.9% completion, 17 touchdowns to only 5 interceptions. They're allowing opposing quarterbacks a rating of 103.8 passer rating. So it seems like could be some chance there for Trevor Lawrence to sort of go off.
I was reading what Baldy said and what Orlovsky said and what we saw. Last week was an interesting game. Talking to people in the building, he made 4 terrible plays, 3 interceptions, and the fumble are all on him. He also made some of the best plays he's made as a pro, moving around in the pocket, the way he took on both blitzers and fired the touchdown to Myers, the way he moved around in the pocket, avoided the sack, and then threw Parker Washington open on the other touchdown, and then the throw to Brenton Strange on the biggest drive of the game. He's the player last week. He's the shortstop that made 3 errors, hit 3 home runs. So he's got to keep hitting the home runs. So my guess is, this is an opportunity. And here's the other thing too. I think maybe they get Brian Thomas back. So if you get Brian Thomas back, and you're now finding a familiarity with Jacoby Myers and Parker Washington, who both caught touchdowns last week. I kind of like. I think they found a little bit of a rhythm.
I just got a text from Holt Harrell.
Yeah.
He says, "Bring the heat.
See?
I'm doing a puzzle with a fire and listening to you guys."
Very good. See, I
that
told
sounds
you.
like a heck of an
I told you.
afternoon.
Holt wanted you to bring the heat.
So
you
now
you didn't believe me.
The Skeens heat is coming now.
Holt, he didn't believe me when I said you needed him to bring the heat. So
I didn't realize you guys were working in conjunction here.
I got a beeline to the mountains. Is what it is.
Let's get it to the Titans. You mentioned Jeffrey Simmons, and boy, what a game wrecker he is for the Tennessee Titans at defensive tackle. Liam Cohen met with reporters earlier today and talked about the challenge that Simmons will present.
I'm not saying he's Aaron Donald, but there's some similarities there in terms of his ability to create in both the run and the pass, how quickly some of his wins come, the effort. Like, showed a clip this morning against Denver where they had double chip protection, play action pass. The pocket looked extremely clean for quite some time, and then the ball just kind of got held on to. The routes maybe weren't there yet, and he's going to finish and strain through the echo of the whistle. Great challenge for us as a group, but he's definitely disruptive, and you can see that he's believing in terms of they have belief as a team. There's no quit in that team at all right now. They're actually playing better and better.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah. I'm like, why aren't they talking? I'm like, because I didn't turn their mics back on.
That's okay. You're allowed. Jeffrey Simmons is a good player. I mean, he's like a really good player. And so look, they're good on defense. They're really pretty good on defense. They're not very good on offense.
Without a doubt. Let's get it to the injury report. Some good news earlier today. Safety Eric Murray has gotten his window to return activated off of injured reserve. He's been out with the neck injury, and he was limited in practice today, so a good sign that Eric Murray might be available Sunday against the Titans. In terms of players that did not practice today, Trayvon Walker, Patrick McCary with a concussion, Danny Strigow, and Chuma Adoga. So those 4 did not practice at all.
And there's a chance they don't have any of those. And I don't know that I'd expect Murray back yet.
Yeah. It seems like their trend has been activate you, but maybe wait a week or two after that.
That's right. But he'll be back at some point. Boy, getting Jordan Lewis back would be very big. So we'll see what winds up happening. But I tell you what, the whole next man up, they've been good at that, Hayes. I mean, they have really, if you really look at how the players who have had to play for them, when is a group that you didn't expect to have critical roles, and they're a 7-4 team, and I think they're about to get to 8-4 with a lot of backups and a lot of new guys having to play. They really are.
Absolutely. There's a point of clarification that I talked to the Jaguars about today. So B.J. Green did not get fined for the hit on Justin Herbert. So there was some reports out there that he had been fined, and I think Josh Hines-Allen said, "Well, I'll pay the fine." So maybe there was some confusion.
Right.
But just so everybody is clear, thankfully, B.J. Green, an undrafted rookie, did not get fined for what looked like a perfectly fine hit on Justin Herbert and a totally bogus call, but at least he didn't get hit in the pocket.
I'm glad you clarified that because I thought he did. Good.
Let's get it to around the NFL. Joe Burrow will officially be back for tomorrow night's game against Baltimore. Probably too late for Cincinnati, though, to climb back into this.
I think Cincinnati's out. What helps them is a bad division, but I think Baltimore's kind of found their stride. So it's a bad division with one legitimate team, but yeah, it's good to see Burrow back. Burrow's a good player.
This is one to keep an eye on. New England has placed rookie left tackle Will Campbell on injured reserve with a knee injury. You talk about what a great season New England is having, the year Drake May is having. Will Campbell, who they took obviously in the top 5 of the draft, he was playing really well. So we'll see. We've seen what it's done to the Chargers, losing talented offensive tackles. We'll see how New England can navigate not having Will Campbell out there for at least the next 4 games.
Yeah, it is one to keep an eye on because he's been very good. They've had a storybook season, man. They've had a really good year. So, yeah, I'm with you. I'll be interested to see, same thing you said, I'll be interested to see how it all plays out for the Patriots. They're pretty good, though. I'll say that. They're pretty good.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the Buffalo Bills, who have been struggling to find reliable weapons around Josh Allen. The Bills have signed receiver Brandon Cooks today. So Cooks, who was really a non-factor in his second stint with the Saints, now finds a home in Buffalo. And I guess if you're the Bills, why not? You got nothing to lose, right?
Yeah, that's right. The Bills, something's not right with the Bills. It's not just Josh Allen, or it's not Josh Allen, but something's not right with them.
The
defense. They can't stop the run, and Keon Coleman stopped going to meetings.
Well, that's
so they haven't
the
been playing him for 2 or 3 weeks now.
Yeah, but they're messed up.
Yeah.
And you're right. Defensively, they're not very good. And it's a surprise. I thought the Bills were one of the best teams in football, so we'll see.
Let's get to college football. There's been reports that Alex Golesh is very close to taking the Arkansas job. That's the South Florida coach. Would that be a good move for Golesh and the Razorbacks?
It would. I had that one wrong. I thought Ryan Silverfield would get that job.
Well, it's not official yet.
Yeah.
So
when I did my list of who's going where, I had Silverfield going there. But I had Golesh somewhere. I don't remember where I did. But Alex Golesh is a good coach. He will be the way he plays. He will make an SEC team very good. That's a good hire. He'll play fast the way Josh Heupel does. Alex Golesh is a good coach now. If Arkansas gets him, that's a pretty good hire. It really is.
Yeah, I would agree. Let's get to college basketball. Tennessee got a huge win last night, beating number 3 Houston 76-73. So Tennessee, who's ranked 17th, and really weren't expected to be as strong as they have been in recent years, they get a revenge win over Houston, who eliminated them in the Elite Eight last year.
Yeah, the SEC's so good. I mean, I've watched Alabama. They're so good again. I've watched Tennessee. They're so good again. Auburn's off a little bit without Bruce Pearl. But Tennessee, Alabama, Florida, Kentucky's off a little, but the SEC is going to be so good again. It really is.
And Florida back on the court tomorrow against TCU in San Diego.
Yeah, and then they play tomorrow at 3. And if they beat TCU, well, whatever they do, then the next day if they beat TCU, they play the winner of the Providence-Wisconsin game the next day, or the loser if they lose to TCU. But yeah, back-to-back games for the Gators will be fun to watch.
Let's get into pop culture. Oh, it's a big night tonight. The 5th and final season of Stranger Things debuts tonight on Netflix. Will you be locked in?
I don't know a thing about Stranger
It's a really good show. Do you watch it, JJ?
I've seen the first season.
Yeah, it's really good. But I can tell you, people that
love it.
People that are into Stranger Things, they've waited a long time.
Yeah, I've
for
seen
this season to
pictures of,
finally
like,
arrive.
the kids in the first season and how old they actually are now. It's been 10 years probably.
It's been a long time. Yep. So should be a fun watch. Gene and I really enjoy it. So I don't know that we'll watch it tonight, but once we get around to
the whole season at once?
I think they're doing like the first 4 tonight, and then they're releasing a few more at Christmas, and then I think the finale is on New Year's Eve. So they're sort of staggering it. Yeah. We will get you out on our music note of the day. This one's personal for me. 38 years ago tomorrow.
Wow.
I saw my first concert. Motley Crue.
That's awesome.
At the Jacksonville Coliseum. Guns N' Roses opened. No one knew who they were, and then 6 months later, they were the biggest band in the world.
I'll be darned.
But Motley Crue was sensational. This was the Girls tour, and this is Wild Side.
Now, did you have like a chaperone?
I was 11 years old, so yeah, we went. It was me, my stepbrother, and my stepbrother's stepsister. His sister was much older than we were. She was like 19. I was 11.
She had to go.
She hated it. Hated it. You take the 11-year-old brat with you. That's had to be just awful.
But it was fantastic.
Awesome. Well done. We'll take a break. Hey, you ready for picks?
Let's do it.
We're doing picks at the top of the hour. That's next. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Attention small business owners. Did you know you can get 100% tax deduction on a brand new Cadillac?
That's right. Choose your new Cadillac and qualify for a 2025 tax deduction of up to 100% of the purchase price.
There's never been a better time to own a Cadillac and drive your business forward in style.
Visit Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard in Jacksonville today for incredible deals and expert advice.
Don't miss your chance. Experience the luxury you deserve and the savings you need.
Plus tax tag title, $9.99 admin fee and resistol on approved credit.
He's down on the ground. He is down.
A freak injury can wreck a football team and affect their championship dreams.
Wait, you're telling me I'm about to lose my number one wide receiver?
Listen for the personal injury attorney's Farah and Farah Injury Update.
Jacksonville.
On 1010XL.
Big Chief Tire makes auto care more affordable with 6-month financing through the CFNA credit card. Frank Frangie here. Plus, get $50 off your first purchase when you sign up. Whether you need new tires, brake service, or general repairs, their expert technicians have you covered. With no interest for 6 months, now's the perfect time to take care of your vehicle. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to apply today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
He talks, he listens, he tells stories only a coach could know.
So you can learn more about the science of quarterbacking.
Denny Thompson is the quarterback whisperer, tuned up by Tyson Sound and Security and George Moore Chevrolet. Friday mornings on 1010XL.
Hey folks, Frank Frangie here for Lee & Kate's Glass. Now with the holidays coming, it's time to update that dated-looking bathroom setup and give yourself the gift of a gorgeous new frameless shower with big, sexy glass. You spend every morning and night in that bathroom. A new shower enclosure from Lee & Kate's Glass will look fantastic and make your bathroom feel like a luxurious spa. You'll love it. You deserve it. Request a free in-home consultation. Visit LeeandKatesGlass.com.
You're gonna see a big difference.
Ticket here for Action Garage Door. Nothing more frustrating than your garage door misfiring. When it does, I call Action Garage Door. They take action. Jeff and Art and crew, Jacksonville folks, not some big out-of-town chain. Something goes wrong with your garage door, take action. Check them out. Garage Door 911, GarageDoor911.com.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. With over 1,700 five-star Google reviews, it was a no-brainer to have Closets by Design help us get organized at home. They create custom storage for every space, lifestyle, and budget. From closets to garages to laundry rooms and more. Closets by Design will transform clutter into seamless organization. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation before the holidays and get 40% off plus an extra 15% off with free installation. 18-month financing is available. Call 878-9393 or visit closetsbydesign.com.
Hidden Hills Golf Club on Monument Road has a little bit of something for everyone. So whether you want to practice, play, or just relax with friends at the Hills Grill, Hidden Hills is the place for you. Check us out at hiddenhillsgc.com.
If you've been in a big truck accident,
You need a lawyer that specializes in big trucks. A lawyer who knows all the federal traffic rules that can affect your case.
And who can navigate the complex web of laws dealing with the trucking company, the leasing company, the shipper, and all the other details that can complicate your case.
At Farah and Farah, we've seen it all, and we're ready to go the long haul to fight for you. Jacksonville.
I'm Frank Frangie, and I've been telling you how proud I am of my daughter Amber, who's lost so much weight on Awaken 180. But it's been a while now, so I wonder if it's something she can maintain. So I sort of asked her, how's it going?
So far, so good, Dad. But you're right, it has been a while. But that's the beauty of the Awaken 180 plan. There's so much variety in the food choices, you don't get bored.
You look great. Do you feel better?
I feel so much better. And I know it's because of the weight loss and how it's changed my lifestyle. So there's no chance I won't sustain it.
Well, what about over the holidays? Look, you grew up in our home, and you know we love the holidays.
Oh, I still plan on enjoying the holidays. I just plan on doing it by eating right. And I've already had the conversation with my coach. She understands the challenges of the holidays, and she's guided so many folks just like me through this. We've already made a plan.
So take my kid's word for it. Awaken 180 works. It's sustainable, even over the holidays. So change your life by calling 844-346-1800 or visit awaken180weightloss.com.
I'm Max Fink with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update. The Orlando Magic brought the hammer down to the Philadelphia 76ers last night with a commanding 144-103 victory. Magic point guard Anthony Black was the leading scorer for Orlando last night, dropping 31 points. Next up, the Magic will take on the Detroit Pistons on the road Friday night in an NBA Cup game. It's 77 degrees at 5 o'clock time and temp, brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Time for the Frangie Show Picks of the Week, brought to you by Ricketts Electric, Jacksonville's Power Connection. The Ricketts Picks start now.
All right, 904-320-5960. That's the number for my friends at Ricketts Electric. They're going to come out and do some work for us next week. And Zach and Jesse are going to be in Nashville. Going to have a drink with them.
That's awesome.
My friends from the Ricketts are wonderful, wonderful people. So
Absolutely.
I'm really, certainly looking forward to that. All right, here's how it went last week. I was 6-2, 7 total points. JJ 5-3, 6 total points. Hayes Carline, he's from the Bowl School, 3-5, 5 total points. You got another one of those game picker-uppers. So JJ's ahead, 57-39, 71 total points. I'm 55-41, just 2 picks behind, but 6 points behind at 65. And Hayes Carline is 41-55 for 64 total points, but he's got 15 game picker-uppers. We both have 6. Wow. Moneyballs, you guys are both 7-4. I'm 6-5. So 71, 65, 64. I'm going to mix it up a little bit here, though.
Yeah.
Rather than JJ having to go first every time. It's not fair to JJ. So we're going to mix it up a little bit for you.
Life isn't fair, Frank. I'm fine with that.
Here we go. I'll let you go first, the first one, though. Miami's at Pitt.
Oh, I'm taking the Canes. Come on. Even if I didn't think they'd win right now, we need all the good energy we can get. I'm going with Miami.
Hayes Carline.
I think Pitt. I think Miami's going to choke.
We need good energy. I mean, it would be just like Miami to lose that game, though.
I'll take the Canes. Vandy at Tennessee. Hayes Carline.
I'm going to take Tennessee here. I just think I like the way that they looked in the swamp, and I just can't pick Vandy. So give me Tennessee.
I'm going to take Tennessee, too. Only because if it was in Nashville, I'd pick Vandy. I'm going to pick Tennessee. JJ.
Yeah, I like the Vols a lot bigger than 2.5. I was actually surprised by that line. I'm taking Tennessee.
A&M at Texas. I'll go first. I'm taking Texas A&M. I think they're pretty good. I don't think Texas is good at all. JJ?
Wow. I'm taking Texas. I actually think they'll win this game at home. A&M can afford to drop one.
And Hayes.
I'm going to take the Aggies. They've been, to me, about the most complete team that I've seen. You can certainly question the competition that they face, no fault of their own. It's just how the SEC schedule broke down. But I like the Aggies on the road.
And a gigantic game in the swamp. Hayes Carline, FSU at UF. Who do you like?
I'm going to take the Gators just because it's at home. So I'll say Jaden Baugh gets the 1,000 yards and runs pretty well, and Florida hangs on for a ugly win.
JJ LaSalva.
Yeah, I like the Gators. Like you said, home field advantage, but I've never been more confused about picking a football game in my whole life.
I'll take FSU. I'll take the bad guys on the road. Give me a chance for a game picker-upper. So there you go. Now, let's get to the National Football League. All right. Texans at Colts.
Big one.
I'll go first. I believe in the Colts. I think they're going to win. Hayes.
I'm going to take the Texans. I think they're going to be all over Daniel Jones, and I think they'll do enough to slow down Jonathan Taylor. So Texans in a low-scoring game for me.
JJ.
Yeah, I thought I was going to get a game picker-upper on this one. I'm taking the Texans as well. That defense is ferocious.
All right. I got a game picker-upper back-to-back ones. JJ, right back to you. Lions are at home against the Packers.
The Packers they both kind of look crappy. I'm going to go with Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions at home in this one.
Lions at home. I'm coming right with you. I think the Lions are going to win that game. Hayes Carline?
I am going to take Green Bay. I'll take Micah Parsons, Jordan Love to kind of figure it out. They're going to have Jacobs back. So I'll take the Packers on the road, please.
Coming right back to you, Hayes. Bills at Steelers.
This is a tough one, but I am going to take I'm going to take the Steelers at home. I just think the Bills have some flaw. They have the best player in the game in Josh Allen, but I'll take the Steelers here.
I'll take the Bills. I don't think the Steelers are very good, JJ.
Yeah, Bills. Aaron Rodgers has a broken left hand, I believe. I'm going to go with the Bills.
All right, and finally, in Nashville, in Music City, the Jags on the road to play the Titans. JJ LaSelva.
Jags, easy.
Hayes Carline.
Jags may be closer than easy, but I think the Jags win the game. I'll say they win the game by 6 points.
Jags as well for me, so we all three like the Jags. So the way it looks is this. In the college realm, as it were, Hayes thinks Pitt is going to win because Miami's going to choke, he says.
Good Lord, I hope not.
JJ and I both like the Canes in that one. All three of us like Tennessee at home against Vandy. JJ likes Texas at home against A&M. Hayes and I both like A&M on the road. You guys both think the Gators hold serve at home. I think FSU is going to go there and beat them. In the NFL, you guys both like the Texans on the road. I think the Colts at home are going to win. The Lions and Packers. Hayes likes the Packers. We both like the Lions. Hayes likes the Steelers. We both like the Bills. JJ and I, and all three of us like the Jags. Those are our picks for the week. One more time, the way it looks. JJ LaSelva, 57 and 39, 71 total points. I'm 55 and 41, 65 total points. Hayes Carline, 1 point back, 41 and 55, 64 total points, 71, 65, and 64. Those are our picks. We'll get to the State Farm College Football Report in just a second. Before we do, Lane Kiffin, where's it going to land? This is the last time we'll really have a chance to talk much about it. Well, where's the Lane Kiffin thing going to land in your opinion?
I think he takes the LSU job.
I do too. JJ, you agree with that? That's kind of where
honestly,
it is?
I've been so out on like the Twitter rumors and everything, just based on like y'all's negativity the last 2 days. I would say LSU, but I have no freaking idea. I know he's not going back to Ole Miss. That for sure is not happening.
Yeah, and I think now that it probably is LSU. Everyone, all the media now think LSU.
Yeah.
That the narrative. There's this one group of Florida, the big booster guys, whoever they are, the big dollar boosters, and they've got some guys that talk to them, and they're standing their ground. That there's this MOU out there, and that Kiffin signed it, and the Kiffin's coming to Florida, and I'll give them credit, they're not backing off, but I don't think so. I think Lane Kiffin's going to be the LSU coach, and I think we'll know that on Saturday, and then I think he's going to be the LSU coach. I think we'll know that on Saturday. And then I think Florida will pursue some combination of John Sumrall, although I think he may wind up at Auburn. You know, his wife went to Auburn. He's from Huntsville. He's an Alabama guy, so I can see him, and they really want him. So I can see John Sumrall at Auburn, even though I think he's a target for Florida. And then I think Jed Fish, Clark Lee are kind of where Florida might land. Do you see that kind of that way?
Well, yeah. I mean, Florida's going to have to hire somebody. I mean, I still hold out hope that somebody has contacted Turnkey, this search firm that Scott Strickland has hired, that there is somebody that is shown interest that is actually got some clout in this business. So as disappointing as it is that it doesn't look like it's going to be Lane Kiffin, I am holding out hope that there will be something that surprises us ultimately. But because none of those guys, to me, I think you're going to have trouble selling any of those guys. I mean, Fish is an alum, and he's an offensive mind. Clark Lee's done a great job at Vanderbilt. Over this year and last year they were 7-6, which is a pretty good year at Vandy. Summerall, I think to me, that's just, you just can't do that if you're Florida. I mean, he may be great.
Looks like he's going to pick Auburn.
Yeah, I mean, so I think
Florida, he's in play.
So Scott Strickland can't even get John Summerall. I mean, that's what you're dealing with here. You have an athletic director at Florida. Forget Lane Kiffin. Can't even get John Summerall to agree to take the Florida job. That's where you're at for the University of Florida, and it's a disgrace. And he's a disgrace if he can't land a coach with some credibility that's done something. LSU, if it's Lane Kiffin at LSU, this is what LSU will have done in their last 2 hires. Hired the sitting Notre Dame coach to come in. He goes 34-14. They fire him. Not only do they fire him, they make a complete legal fallacy argument to try and get out of his buyout. And they still get Lane Kiffin. Oh, by the way, they also fired their AD in the process of all this. If you can't outmaneuver that, if you're Scott Strickland, why? Why is he still the athletic director at Florida? Now, it's got to play out. I understand that. It's got to play out. But if it plays out that way, I don't know how Scott Strickland has any credibility in the Florida fan base anymore.
Your face is really red. Really
My face is always red. I'm
really
like basically an albino.
You're very worked up.
Now, if they don't, I know we have to break, but real fast, if they don't hire Kiffin, what's the timeline of the hiring?
Yeah, well, again,
like a week, 2?
If it's Summerall, who I think is
when is Valentine's Day?
If it's Summerall, who I think is going to go to Auburn, and then it becomes Lee or Fish, which is what I'm hearing are the next 2 guys up. That could be in any day.
Okay.
Because they don't have any there's no postseason.
Yeah, we're assuming Vandy's not getting in.
Vandy's not going to get in, right? They're not going to get in. So there's no postseasons of significance for Washington or Vandy. Right. So Tulane could get in. But if
it could be as soon as next week.
It could be as soon as next week. If I'm right about who's
put us out
next
of our misery.
Take a break. We'll say hello to Shane Matthews. He's been following this thing. Shane Matthews, Tom Block, and Joe Zagacki are next. Stay with us.
It's the ride home with the Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Bone crunching, field flipping, game-changing plays. After the game, catch the superior fence and rail defensive player of the game on 1010XL.
Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Westside, your locally owned commercial truck headquarters and proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hey, it's Rick Ballou. We got a fresh shipment of hard-to-find ProMaster vans, perfect for Section 179. My buddy Tommy and his team are committed to the community and make the process simple. Upfits, delivery, everything handled right. If you need ProMaster vans or commercial trucks for your fleet, you need Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Westside.
Frank Frangie here for Stanley Pools. If you're dreaming of putting in a pool this year, choosing the right company is the most important decision you'll make. I've trusted Stanley Pools to build my pool, renovate my pool, and maintain my pool. Stanley Pools has been the best in the business since 1988, and they're still family-owned. Call them today at 904-269-7277 or find them online at StanleyPoolsFL.com. That's Stanley Pools, a family tradition of fine swimming pools.
Gator fans are known to get rowdy.
Especially us.
Hicken and Prosser here.
Join us for a first-of-its-kind podcast, Swamp Session.
Live stream from Voodoo Brewing Company.
Right after every Gator football game on the social channels of 1010XL.
Driven by Atlantic Infinity.
Rick Ballou here with a congratulations for John's Auto. They've been in business in Jacksonville for 40 years. That's right, going all the way back to 1985. Right now, they'd like to thank each and every one of you who's ever gotten their vehicle serviced at John's Auto. So, car, truck, or diesel, all makes, all models, whether it's a routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul, go to John's Auto on Arlington Road, johnautomotivejacks.com.
When plumbing problems strike, don't settle for just any plumber. Make the superior choice with Superior Plumbing and Pipeline.
We don't just fix leaks, we fix them right. With honesty, fair pricing, and innovative solutions that can save you thousands. From camera inspections of your pipes to trenchless pipelining that repairs cast iron pipes without tearing up your yard. We go way beyond the drip and clog at Superior Plumbing and Pipeline. No gimmicks, no upsells, just superior service every time. Make the superior choice. Learn more at superiorplumbingjacks.com.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental with light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
When you step into a courtroom, you're stepping into a fight. Someone wins, someone loses. I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and at Hastings Injury Law, we've got the experience you want in your corner if you or a loved one suffer a personal injury or a wrongful death. We're here to fight for you. So if you get hit, hit back with Hastings Injury Law, offices Jacksonville. Find us on the web at 904hitback.com or call our 24-hour helpline, 904-HITBACK.
The wait is over. Sunday, December 7th, your Jacksonville Jaguars return to Everbank Stadium for a massive division showdown against the Indianapolis Colts. This is more than just a game. It's a statement. Touchdown, Jacksonville! The Jags are back home and ready to turn up the heat in their iconic Prowler throwbacks. Kickoff is 1 p.m., so pack the bank and make it loud. Secure your seats now at Jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you at the bank.
The best value for golf in Jacksonville remains Cimarron, totally reestablished with new tee boxes, improved fairways and greens, also a brand new restaurant with indoor and outdoor settings, and live music. Join the Wild One loyalty program online at Cimarron Golf. When's the last time you played Cimarron? Cimarron Golf Club on 210, the Wild One.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
Time now for the State Farm College Football Report with Shane Matthews on the Gators, Tom Block on the Noles, and Joe Zagacki on the Canes. Presented by your local State Farm agent.
All right, let's get right to it. Shane Matthews talking Gator football. His report is brought to you by Mike Nickus, Ron McCann, Mike Tozel, Kathy Scott, and Jason Judy, all State Farm agents. Shane, we've talked about enough about the new coach. Let's talk about the football game for a second. Florida State, I expected to do a 0.00 rating on television. I know everyone's excited about it. What's the mindset of the Florida football team? Are they? It's one last game. Are they ready to play this game? I mean, you've been around them. What do you think?
Well, I hope so, Frank. I mean, last week was just a disaster. Probably the worst football I've seen since I became a Gator in 1988. Look, there's a lot of things you can control and you can't control, but you can control your attitude and your effort. And I sure hope we play with a good attitude and put some effort out there this week.
Shane, what kind of season do you think Jaden Baugh has had, and do you think he'll get to 1,000 yards Saturday against Florida State?
Well, I mean, we kept handing him the ball down a ton of points last week. I don't know if we were trying to get him yardage or what, but look, he's a heck of a running back, one of the best in America, just on a bad football team. I would think we try to feed him a lot because that's the best part of our offense right now, and we need to find a way to win the football game. And if that's handing it to him multiple times, let's do it.
No chance of Tramel Jones getting even a series, right? I mean, this is DJ's team. I assume, Shane, is that the right call, and is that the call you expect?
It looks that way. I mean, the only reason I think DJ went to the bench against Kentucky were the three first half interceptions during that game. But, I mean, heck, if we're struggling throwing the football, which we have the last couple of weeks, pretty much all year, I would put Tramel in for a few series for sure.
Were you surprised that Caleb Banks returned from his injury?
Well, give him a lot of credit. I mean, he could have just hung it up and got ready for the NFL draft. But, you know, there's different types of dudes out there in today's world, guys that really want to play for their school and put themselves on tape. And let's hope he has a big week this week against the Seminoles.
All right, final thing I will ask at one time. All the media narrative is that Lane Kiffin's going to LSU. That's what it looks like. Florida well down the list a little bit. If it winds up being John Summerall, Clark Lee, Jed Fish, that's the names that are out there now. How will Gator fans respond to that? What do you think about that whole search at this point?
Well, I think a lot of people are going to be upset if it's not Lane. It doesn't look like it's going to be Lane. You know, a few weeks ago I would have said it was a slam dunk. I don't know what went wrong, but who knows, man? We're as low as you can go, I think, right now in the football program. So whoever our new coach is, we'll support them, and hopefully we can find a way to win a much football game.
Shane Matthews checking in from the Gator Radio Network. Thank you, Shane.
Take care, guys.
All right, let's head to Tallahassee. Say hello to Tom Block. He checks in from the Seminole Radio Network. His report brought to you by Craig Dewhurst, Ramey Alabu, Margie Williams, Scott Hobson, Brandon Thomas, Randy Taylor, of course, all State Farm agents. Tom, happy Thanksgiving. Mike Norvell got another year. Were you surprised by it? And what's your thinking? And how did people in Tallahassee respond to it?
Yeah, surprised. I guess I would say no, just given the landscape. I mean, when I read the release, apologies for that motorcycle that just fired up behind me here. When I read the release, I broke it down into three parts. You know, the first part of the statement said, you know, the record's not acceptable, basically, which is to say if we could make a decision in a vacuum, we'd be changing coaches. But then the second part of the statement was, however, we've got a fiduciary responsibility to the university. It extends beyond football. There's a lot of things we got to look at. In other words, it's a business decision, and that's why he's staying. And then the third part was, just because we're not doing part one, we are going to make some other changes, and it looks like that's front office type stuff. So, you know, I think they, in a landscape that typically doesn't, that is often makes very emotional, quick decisions, Florida State stepped back and said, this is the decision we have to make. As to your question about the fans, it's mixed. You know, if you look online, there's a lot of people that are obviously really upset. The people I've talked to maybe have a more calm, rational sense about it. So I'd say it's probably not completely divided, but some people understand the circumstances. You know, everybody wants him to win. Lots of people weren't real comfortable saying, here's $60 million because you didn't win, and so here we are with another year.
Tom, in an NIL world, is qualifying for a bowl game for Florida State, is that a big motivator, you think, for the locker room?
You know, that's a good question. To me, I'd like to see him get there because you get the extra practice time and all that. But to your point about the NIL world, I don't know if it is. It feels like every year the bowl games mean less and less, right? And guys are more interested in either moving on, getting ready for the draft, or figuring out where they're going to go to get more playing time or get more NIL dollars. Hopefully, they don't need that as motivation. Despite the record of Florida and FSU right now, this is still Florida FSU week, even though it doesn't feel like it. Hopefully that would mean something to some of the guys in the locker room.
I was going to ask you that. It's still Florida State. Now, Tom, when back in the day when you and I were doing this, at first, they were all kids that played high school football in Florida, and they were kids that had been at FSU in Florida for 4 years, so the game meant everything. Now these teams have a lot of guys that just got there. Does it still mean something to them to play your rival? And certainly not like it did, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. Not like the era you're talking about. Now, to some it does. Like Deuce Robinson, who's been FSU's best player. His dad Dominic played at FSU, and when you talk to Deuce, he's a guy who grew up bleeding garnet gold. He legitimately grew up an FSU fan. So did Tommy Castellanos, the quarterback. So, you know, those two guys, you would like to think that they could that it does mean something to them. But if you went player by player across the roster, yeah, you'd find a lot of guys. This is their, you know, they got a starting linebacker I talked to today. He spent 3 years at Tennessee, one at Memphis, and now one at FSU. So, he knows what a rivalry week is, but does he know what FSU, and he's from Tennessee, but does he know what FSU Florida is? It certainly is not going to mean the same to him as it did to me and you know, back in the 90s and the Spurrier Bowden days.
How do you think Florida State's run defense will hold up against Jaden Baugh?
Well, that's the question, and like every defense and every defensive coordinator, they always say it starts with stopping the run. Florida State has actually been decent against the run. Where they've gotten exposed is mobile quarterbacks at times, and you know, and almost coming too far downhill. Miami really exposed the safety play with them coming downhill, focused on the run, and hit some big shots, deep shots. So they've gotten better. That's kind of been a little under the radar since the Stanford game. If you look at the defensive numbers, the defense is not the reason that Florida State lost last week or lost at Clemson. I mean, they've gotten better this year under their new defensive coordinator, so I think they'll hold up.
Tom Block checking in from the Seminole Radio Network. Thank you, Tom.
You bet. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
All right, buddy. Same to you. And let's bring in our friend Joe Zagacki now. He's the play-by-play voice of the Canes. His report is brought to you by State Farm agents Carissa McCullough and Gene Coleman. Happy Thanksgiving, Joe.
Same to you guys. Hope all is going well up there.
Yeah, same to you. And boy, oh boy, what a big game for the Canes. I hope the Canes get in. I'm worried they're not going to get in, even if they win, which would be a shame because they're one of the best 12 teams. There's no doubt in my mind. We'll get to the game in a minute, but where do you stand on that? Are you worried about it? Because that's how it kind of feels right now.
Well, I'm worried because of the history of Miami, Frank. These knuckleheads 20 years ago, 25 years ago, they left Miami out in 2000. Everybody says the 2001 team is the best team to ever play college football. They all forget the 2000 team was the same team with Dan Morgan and Reggie Wayne and Santana Moss. And those guys didn't get it in. So I'm a little bit worried about it, but all they can do is win, finish 10-2, let the chips fall where they may, and try to build off a 10-2 season, keep building their credibility under Cristobal.
Joe, Pitt has done a really solid job offensively. They've scored 414 points this season. What are some challenges that the Panthers will pose to the Miami defense, in your opinion?
Yeah, it's the quarterback. He's 18 years old. He's been spectacular. Mason Heinschel has been incredible. He throws well from the pocket. He throws well on the run. He's a teenage version of Brett Favre and Dan Marino. He just has fun, and he's accurate. So that's the number one challenge. Their run game is pretty good. I do like their wide receivers. Two of them are from South Florida. So their Miami secondary has to disrupt those guys. But more than anything, Miami's leaned on their defense all year. They give up just about 15 points per game. Miami's defense has got to play great. And their stars, Bain and Mesidor, those guys have to have great games. Pressure Heinzel. The Pitt quarterbacks have been sacked 36 times. So Miami's got to find a way to sack them and turn them over. I think if they turn them over twice, they win the game.
By the way, that 2000 team, I was in New Orleans and I watched them wallop Florida, the SEC champions Florida. That was about as much men versus boys I ever remember. You were doing the games then, right, Joe? In 2000?
Yeah. 200. You know what was great about that? Miami had 250 yards running and 250 yards passing. 500 yards in the game. DJ.
Wow.
By the way, DJ Williams played fullback in that game.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, they walloped them, and Florida won the SEC. I mean, they crushed them. I did that, and then I flew to Lauderdale the next day for FSU Oklahoma. I remember that game very well. Because I did both of those. Did you know Malachi Tony would be like this? Did you expect this? I mean, you never know with freshmen, but did you think this?
I thought it's about time we got a local player like that to stay home. And, the last guy in this town probably like him was Tutu Atwell, who went to Louisville and is in the NFL. But I saw Tony play in high school. I saw him play quarterback in high school. I thought he was going to be pretty good. I saw him play in the spring. He was really good. I didn't know that he was going to be this smart and this savvy for 18 years old. And the other thing about him is he's a wonderful receiver. He's electric with the ball. Have you guys seen him throw the football?
Yes. He looks like he'd be a quarterback.
He throws the ball on the run on these jet sweeps. He loads it up, and he makes decisions on it. It's not like he's looking down the field going, I'm just going to throw it to one guy. He's checking the safeties off and throwing someplace else while he's on the run and putting it right there on the money. He's been incredible, and he's a great kid to go with us. So I'm really happy for him and happy he's on Miami's team. And I think he's going to make a difference in the game on Saturday.
So, Joe, walk us through. Obviously, Miami's got to beat Pitt, but what does Miami need to get back in the ACC title race?
Yeah, well, we don't have enough time for all that.
Okay.
What they need is to beat Pitt. They need SMU to lose to Cal. They need Virginia to lose to Virginia Tech. Virginia, by the way, in the stupid conference that Miami's in, Virginia has one conference loss, except they did lose to North Carolina State, but it wasn't a conference game.
That's so dumb.
Figure that one out. And so overall, I think what Miami needs to have happen is probably Auburn upset Alabama, maybe Oklahoma loses, or just win against Pitt and do it in a nice manner and say, look, we're 10-2. Go compare us against Notre Dame. We played the game. We beat them.
Right.
That's why we played the game. It's the only thing that matters. They're 10-2. We're 10-2. We played the game. We had them down by 10 or 14 in the fourth quarter and beat them. That's what, to me, that's all that matters.
Joe, I hope you're right. I hope you win this week. We'll see if it happens. Joe Zagacki, the play-by-play voice of the Miami Hurricanes. Thank you, Joe.
All right, fellas. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, same to you. Joe Zagacki talking the Canes. Tom Block talked about the Noles before that. Shane Matthews checked in with Gator football. We'll take a break. Kevin Kaplan's next with our medical report. Stay with us.
The Frangie Show from the Harold and Harold studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
Put on your boots, belt buckle, and cowboy hat. Trevor's in town for a touchdown tune-up and a tip of the cap. The rhythm's right for a sax symphony in Music City.
Get down, turn around, go to town.
A Duval-style takedown in Tennessee. Jaguars, Titans. It's felines, fiddles, and a honky-tonk stomp. Sunday at 1 on the home of the Jaguars. 1010XL.
Morgan Conley Roofing isn't just repairing roofs. He's building a legacy for generations to come. Born here, built here, staying here. MorganConleyRoofing.org. License number CCC 1333544.
This is Richard Miller with your Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles Update. Mark your calendar for our Showtime two-day in-store card show right after Thanksgiving. Friday, November 28th from 12 to 6 p.m. and Saturday, the 29th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Two-day in-store card show after Thanksgiving, Friday and Saturday. It's Showtime, sports cards and collectibles. Update your collection.
Waiting around for Black Friday? At Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi, we've already dropped Black Friday prices. That's right, thousands of vehicles priced to move now. Get zero down, no payments for 90 days, plus peace of mind with a lifetime warranty. Don't wait for the crowds. Get your Black Friday deal today. Start saving early with Beaver Toyota, Beaver Chevrolet, and Beaver Mitsubishi, where Black Friday starts right now. That'll wow ya.
Hi, folks. It's Frank Frangie. Did you know that individuals over age 60 have great results on Awaken 180? See how you could drop weight and get off your medications in just 3 months with Awaken 180's Golden Program. Visit awaken180weightloss.com.
Wingstop and 1010XL has the ultimate tailgate for you to win. Leon Searcy here, your lemon pepper guy. Go to 1010XL.com to register to win a 100-piece wing party complete with fries, veggie sticks, and dips.
Expert Automotive on St. John's Bluff Road has some of the highest Google reviews in Jax for a reason. Expert Auto never sells greed, only what you need. All makes and models are serviced at Expert Automotive. This month, get an alignment inspection for only $19.99. Expert Auto does major engine and transmission repair and simple maintenance. All services done at Expert Auto by our ASC certified training technicians. Call today, 374-3373, and ask about $50 off any service. Expert Automotive. We never sell greed, only what you need.
Living on Amelia Island, having fun in Fernandina Beach? No matter what brings you to the fun, cozy town, make sure you check out the tap room at Mokama Beer Company. With a full flight of craft creations, from the Cosmico IPA to the Motor, the perfect Pilsners and Lagers, matching memories and some Mokama magic is what it's all about. Mokama Beer Company in Fernandina Beach, near the big water where the sun is born. And look for more Mokama craft at your local Total Wine or ABC Liquors.
Pork, chicken, brisket. Sometimes the best choice is not having to make one. That's why we're bringing back originals like our Sunny Sampler and Pork 3 Ways. Get your favorite proteins, 2 sides, and bread, starting at just $16.99. A little bit of everything, a whole lot of value. That's why it's always Sunny's here. Sunny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
After I came home from Iraq, I could still hear the booms. Makes it hard to be a good mom.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Naomi Mathis, Air Force veteran.
DAV helps veterans get the benefits they've earned.
Thanks to DAV, I was able to begin to heal.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
My victory is being able to be here for my children.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Frank Frangie here for my friend and insurance agent, Craig Dewhurst. Craig has been helping families on the First Coast with their insurance needs for 25 years as your good neighbor and local State Farm agent. Now's a great time to review your insurance policies, whether you need auto, homeowners, or renter's insurance, or insurance for your golf cart, boat, or jet skis. Craig handles all of my family's insurance needs, and even better, he gives back to the community. Call Craig today at 904-940-9740. That's 904-940-9740.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
All right, where have we been in the course of the show today? We've been everywhere. Brett Hastings stopped by Sports and Courts, talked about can Brian Kelly sue LSU for damaging his reputation the way they're handling the exit, and also is an MOU legit if Lane Kiffin signed one to go to Florida, which I don't think he's going to go to. We talked about that. Greg McGarity came by. It was our Gator Bowl College Football Report. We did our picks, as we always do. We heard from Devin Lloyd and Brenton Strange. Hayes was in the locker room today. And we also heard from Shane Matthews, Tom Block, Joe Zagacki. Busy day today, and that's where we've been over the course of the program. Now this.
Now time for the medical update with Jaguars team physician Kevin Kaplan, presented by Orthopedic Specialists of Jacksonville.
All right, Kevin. Kevin joins us by phone. Happy Thanksgiving, Kev. You've been busy today, I take it. How many surgeries, total surgeries today? How many?
We did 7 today. You know,
7.
I had to add on a couple. I had a college football player, so just kind of trying to. It's that time of year, guys come in town, and between this and winter break, and so we're just trying to get everybody done. So I apologize for not being there.
No, you're good. Do you have that a lot? Like a college player will call and say, or his agent or whatever will say, "Fix me up." Does that happen a lot?
It did before, just kids from Jacksonville, but now it's happening a lot more just based on the NIL, and a lot of these guys are represented now, and the relationships from the NFL has really started to make that a much more common occurrence, believe it or not.
Yeah, so agents really, with the college or pro players, agents are the guy that set up a deal with you, right? The agent says, hey, my guy's got an ACL or my guy's got whatever, and then you see the player based on the agent setting it up a recommendation, right?
That's right. So they'll call and say, hey, we take a look at these films. And, realistically, we know, just like we know the NFL physicians, we know most of the college physicians as well. And, I may get on the phone and say, hey, this is what I saw. And it's roughly the same thing that those physicians are saying. But a lot of times agents will say, hey, do you mind taking care of this player? And so they'll bring him in and we'll do the surgery. And it's very similar to what goes on in the NFL.
All right, Kevin, let me ask you about this. Tell me about the when all teams open up someone's 21-day window. What does that mean? Because all teams, it seems like once you open up the window, they still don't play right away. What does the window mean? And from a medical standpoint, from your standpoint, what do you think about how that's normally applied with teams?
Great question. I get that question a lot. So the 21-day window, if a guy is on injured reserve, he has to miss 4 games, right? And after the 4 games missed, you can open up his 21-day window at any time after those 4 games. During that 21-day period of time, he can practice. When they're on IR, they can't do everything with the team. They can't practice with the team. They can't go live with the team. Oh. They're still with the athletic trainers and rehabbing. So once we open up that 21-day window, then they can be with their team. They can go full practice. It's kind of getting them back ready to play. And anytime during that 21-day period of time, they can go on the active roster and play. If they don't go on the active roster and play during that 21-day period of time, then they have to revert back to IR, and then we can't bring them back. Does that make sense?
It does. So once the 21-day window opens, you've got you got that much time to get them back on the field.
Right. So that's where, yes, exactly right. So we have to make sure that do we think medically during that period of time that he'll be back to full go in order to play? And that may take a week. That may take 2 weeks. You just don't want it to take more than 3 weeks. And so I like that ability for them to, because you can't, no matter what, we can't replicate with athletic trainers and our strength and conditioning the speed and the regular game type activities. And so to be able to get them back out there with the guys in practice, then we can say, okay, he's ready to go.
Kevin, in terms of conditions, this game could be played in very cold, rainy conditions. Does that affect injuries at all? And if so, which ones?
I don't think it does. I mean, obviously the guys have to be prepared, and you guys were that 2017 game we played there was the coldest game I've ever covered in my entire career. I mean, it was so cold.
Only game I never finished. I couldn't finish it. I lost my voice.
Right. You were sick. You were sick. I remember that.
Couldn't finish the game. Yep.
So I don't think it does. I think that the equipment staff they do a great job in making sure the guys are prepared and make sure that the cleats they're wearing are appropriate. But I don't think the injury rates are higher in different weather conditions, not that I know of in the literature.
What about for the average Joe that likes to exercise? With it getting colder around here in the coming months, are you more susceptible to injury if you're doing something outside in the cold, or same, just stick with your normal routine?
I think you and I are the same, roughly the same age. So I would say the answer is yes when you get out into the cold weather, and I think that it's extremely important to do a warm-up of some sort, whether it be a light jog or just something to get your muscles moving. And then after you get your muscles moving, then you should stretch. So I don't typically recommend stretching cold muscles. Do some sort of light warm-up, whether it be a jog or some jumping jacks or just something to get the blood flowing. And then you stretch your muscles. And that avoids the major injuries that we would get at our age, meaning Achilles tears, patellar tendon injuries, quadricep tendon injuries. Those are the ones that we see in our age group that you want to avoid. And by warming up the muscles and stretching the muscles, there's less stress on those tendons when we're out playing pickleball or running or doing turkey trots, whatever we do.
You doing a turkey trot tomorrow?
I am doing a turkey trot. Yeah, I'm doing it with my kids and my wife. Yeah, it's going to be great. I can't wait.
That's awesome. How far is it?
That's a good question. It's the one in the Palm Beach Club, and they changed it lengthwise. I don't think it's a 5K. I think it's less than that. I'm not sure. I just run until we get to the finish line.
You run until they say stop. You run until they stop. All right. Final thing here regarding the Jags. It seems like they've really, and you guys all, you, Ferg, as well as the team, have managed this injury thing pretty well. It's a 7-4 team. I think the Jags are going to win Sunday. I think it'll be an 8-4 team. There've been a lot of injuries, but it's been next man up. Obviously, that's a cliche, but it has been. And then guys seem to come back. Do you find that? Do you think that, Kevin? I mean, do you feel like we've managed this pretty well so far this year?
I think so. You never want to have a big IR list, right? If you have a big IR list, that's a problem because the guys either can't come back or they're taking a while to come back. So, every team has injuries, and it's just an inevitable part of the game. And kudos to, I diagnosed them but the athletic trainers and the strength and conditioning staff, those are the ones that are those are the guys that are managing the injuries. And I think they've done a great job. We have to be smart with getting guys back. You don't want to see recurrent injuries, whether it's hamstrings or quads or calves. And so I think we've been very smart, and Coach also has been smart about the way he's practicing the guys each week. And so, you want to be near full strength when you get towards the end of the season, and knock on wood, I think we're going to be there. So hopefully we can do our part, and then the team can go on to have great success in the postseason.
Kevin Kaplan from Orthopedic Specialist of Jacksonville. That is our medical report. Kev, have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy your turkey trot, and I will see you in Nashville on Saturday. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Kevin Kaplan does a terrific job. He is our medical analyst. He's the team doctor for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We'll be back to wrap the program after this.
The Frangie Show from the Harrell and Harrell studio. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Happy Thanksgiving. Busy day in the National Football League. Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers taking on the Detroit Lions at Ford Field in Detroit. The Packers have not covered the spread in 8 straight at Detroit. Lions a 2.5-point favorite, 48.5 the total. VSiN Prop Points host John Hanson likes Christian Watson over 46.5 receiving yards. Best bets available, VSIN.com/picks. Chiefs and the Cowboys at AT&T Stadium in the middle game of the day. The Chiefs are the 3.5-point favorite, 52.5 the total. In the nightcap, Thanksgiving night, M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Joe Burrow returns. The Bengals are a 7-point dog against the Ravens. Progressive helping veterans drive their lives forward. More info, keysofprogress.com.
I'm Tony Desiri with your VSiN Action update on 1010XL.
Welcome to the bundle event. Entering now our undisputed tag team champions, the mid-size SUV and the mid-century modern. Together with a State Farm agent, this auto and home duo are a powerful force of savings, service, and customizable coverage. Now, let's get ready to bundle.
Call State Farm agent Kathy Scott in Jacksonville at 904-730-3665.
Availability and amount of discounts and savings vary by state.
The Golf Club of Southampton has big plans for 2026, renewing the greens plus plenty more. But right now's the time to take advantage of member opportunities before the big renovation. Now until the end of December, you can join and save $1,500 off their initiation fee, plus $500 back in a gift card with a 12-month commitment. All the details are at golfsouthampton.com. Playability for every skill level and a huge practice area to hone your game. Lock in now and enjoy membership privileges at the Golf Club of Southampton.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Winter and spring registration is already cranking up at I-9 Sports, and if you have kids ages 3 to 17, I-9 Sports is inviting you to get them on the field or in the gym with great sports like girls flag football. Plenty of places to play like Oakley, Fleming Island, UNF, Fletcher, and Creekside. Log on to i9sports.com and see all the sports they have to offer across the First Coast. In Duval, Clay, and St. John's. Enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. Registration open right now for winter and spring sports at i9sports.com.
Hear the Florida Gators all season on 1010XL. Unlocked by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors. The law firm of Farah and Farah and Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville. Go Gators!
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Jason, I called you about the ductwork in my attic this summer, and you totally blew me off.
I did.
My airflow is too low and my bills are too high.
I know.
There's stains on my ceiling tiles and sweating around the vents, and the mice have chewed so many holes in the ducts, I think they're getting more AC than I am.
I know.
Then how could you let me suffer all summer, Jason?
Because summer is the one time of year I just can't send my technician into someone's steaming hot attic. They'd kill me. Ductwork is hot, cramped work at the best of times. Lucky for you, those best of times are in November.
You mean like now?
Bueller Air and Plumbing can repair your old, damaged, or just plain sketchy ductwork right now when it's not too hot and not too cold.
And none of your technicians will kill you.
It's a win-win.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Frangie here. The holidays are right around the corner, and Nimnik Buick GMC is kicking off the season with prices that are better than ever. Are you looking for a dealership that actually makes car buying easy? Well, at Nimnik, you'll find unbeatable holiday savings, a huge selection of Buicks and GMCs, plus flexible financing that fits your budget. Plus, the biggest sale of the year is coming, Nimnik's bigger than ever Black Friday event. Start your shopping early at NimnikBuickGMC.com or visit the showroom off Phillips Highway today. GMC, we are professional grade.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch.
Back to a Coyle & Sons Wednesday. Since 1927, they've been around the block and probably fenced it, too.
We sure thank our friends from Coyle & Sons. What a great sponsor they are of the program. CoyleJacks.com, that's how you get a hold of them. They're really good at what they do. We'll call them at 904-356-4821 for residential or commercial fencing needs. What you need, Hayes Carline, is to enjoy your Thanksgiving weekend, even without Lane Kiffin coming to your school. I don't think he's coming.
That's fine. I got plenty to be thankful for.
There you go. And JJ got a big Thanksgiving plan to go back to Ocala?
I am. I'm leaving in about 20 minutes.
Oh, you are? Yeah. That'll be awesome.
Got a turkey trot in the morning.
Oh, wow. In Ocala?
Yep. I do it every year.
Okay.
That's cool.
How long are you there?
I'll probably leave Sunday morning because I got to come back and work the Jags game, so all weekend.
Oh, very cool.
That's awesome.
How about you?
And you're going, I'll just be here. Yeah, hanging out with family and watching football. And then, we'll have the kickoff show Sunday morning and then get ready for the Titans game. What?
We're gonna have
going now.
We're gonna get a little now. We're gonna have a little one tonight, and then we're gonna go tomorrow. Suzanne and I and another couple are gonna actually go to Nashville early. Gonna go on Thanksgiving, and have a second Thanksgiving up there. And just my wife loves Nashville. Suzanne goes on one trip a year usually. It's been London the last couple of years, but she usually takes one trip a year with me for the Jags. And we're gonna do Nashville. And we were smart. We picked a trip where it's 28 degrees. Okay, that's how smart we are, Rick Ballou.
Winter Wonderland.
28 degrees in Nashville is what we're going to have on Thursday and Friday night. Let's say hello, Rick Ballou.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
And I'm the biggest cold weather wimp ever. I hate cold weather. I hate it. I freaking hate cold weather.
Nashville's the coldest game I ever covered.
17.
On the sideline.
17.
Without question. More than Buffalo, more than Denver, more than Green Bay.
The 17 game was unbelievable.
It's funny how everybody that went, because it is for me, and Kevin Kaplan said it was for him. Like to a person.
It's my only.
It was the coldest game that all of us.
It's my only non-complete game. I couldn't finish it.
Well, you wear long underwear if it's like 50 degrees.
Yes, I do. I mean, furry ones.
I was in a windbreaker out there. I was trying to get the team motivated and be
furry
tough.
Ones. Yeah, Rick would have been one of the offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Wore up had the Vaseline on.
I'd have tanked out a wife beater on.
He'd have been that guy. I hate cold weather. So, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
Ready for Thanksgiving?
Kidding me? I'm ready. First time in a long time not going over to Tampa. So, it'll be a little rough tomorrow without my dad for the first time. And the GF just had back surgery, so she's still laboring. So instead, we're going to be here.
Okay.
I got my oldest daughter rolling in from Tallahassee. So. And then I'll head to Nashville, and I was going to get my drink on, but Hayes has got me doing a phoner at 6 a.m.
Good.
on Sunday morning.
It's actually 4 a.m.
Okay. And I may need it after that Florida State football game.
That'll be just a showdown of it's as I've been saying, the TV ratings 0.00 is what I'm expecting.
Another spam call. More spam calls a day Florida State points scored on Saturday. What is it?
Scam likely? Do you get a scam? That's what I get.
That's Mike Norvell.
Yeah. So when are you going to Nashville?
I'm going Saturday morning.
You know it's 28 degrees up there.
Yeah.
I'm preparing you. I mean, you're a tough guy and all. You don't
I
be a
am.
hockey player.
Black coffee in the morning
and
and
stuff.
nothing but scotch at night.
So there's that.
Yeah, it's gonna be chill, but I'll be dressed for it.
I know.
And I'll be ready to go. A lot of good stuff coming up here. Just our final opportunity to really look at this game. I just saw something that the Jaguars have lost their last 6 Week 13 matchups.
Really? I didn't know that.
See, I look at trends.
Yes,
and I don't
you
even
do.
And I don't even bet.
Yes,
as far as you know.
As far as I know.
Okay, I thought that was an incredible trend.
Wow.
Now it's a totally new staff, totally new team, but it's amazing how they always find little nuggets like that. So I'm going to call for the breakage of that particular trend.
That streak needs to end.
See if I can get our listeners to hop on board with us. That's all coming.
Rick Ballou goes into the night, and that comes up right now. I didn't know that. It's good stuff.
That is.
Hey, have a great Thanksgiving.
You too. Happy
JJ, have a great Thanksgiving. You guys have a great time. We will all reconvene back here on Monday. We'll talk about the Jags getting to 8-4, I hope. We'll talk about Florida State. We'll talk about Miami beating Pitt, let's hope. And we'll talk about where Lane Kiffin wound up. That I'm pretty sure we'll know. Folks, that's our program. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody.